Welcome back. The Estel Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. DCTV Sports just up Ayersville Road. Aptly appropriate named at Ayersville High School as we get set to jump back into the GMC. The Pilots coming off a big win on Tuesday in overtime, but looking to even up their conference record at 2-2. Brent Balbinot saying thank you for joining us. It will be the Paulding Panthers tonight. What a difference a season makes. Coach Arellano has them playing some of their best ball, and they're only expecting to get better. Before we preview this one, though, we need to thank our sponsor, Estel Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in Defiance. Stop on out, check out their great selection of new and used vehicles. We say and used because we know everybody's on a budget nowadays.
Yes.
We call them cream puffs. They're broken in, not broken down. If you can't get out onto their lot and check them out in person, feel free to look them up online at drivebobestel.com. Coach, I think you and I talked about it. You're probably a big 4x4 guy, right?
Oh,
If Esther were to give you a car, be a pitch man, you'd want a 4x4?
I got to have a truck.
Styling up. Those things are bigger than what I remember trucks being.
Yes.
Sitting about 20 feet high, he's the king of his own world when he steps into that cab. Coach, before we preview, let's rewind a little bit. Big overtime win on Tuesday. What did that do for this team's confidence?
Well, I think, we had a nice lead going into the fourth quarter, and we lost it. And I think the kids, when we got to overtime, they realized, hey, we lost our lead. And so I think they buckled down a little bit, made some great opportunities. We hit some foul shots, and then we, luckily they missed 2 free throws at the end, so we end up with a win. So that was good. So we'll take it. We needed it.
Let's talk about what you did over the Christmas break. What were you focusing on? Where has this team improved?
Oh, just some basic stuff. We went back to a few weeks ago. We went back to just some basic ball handling, dribbling drills, just to get some basic stuff, fundamentals back in. And I think that's helped us in the long run. I think it's got us some better shooting, working on our post moves, working on our guard shooting. And I think, we had a good shooting night last night, the first half. Second half, we didn't shoot the ball very well. But hopefully tomorrow night we can shoot well for 4 quarters.
I was talking with some of your assistants, and it sounds like you're all of the same philosophy right now. Better to do 2 or 3 things well than to try and do 6 or 7 things below average. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we gotta have a post game, and we gotta have guard play. We're not the best 3-point shooting team. We haven't been for years, and I don't have no problem with that. I'd rather take a good 2-point shot any day and then miss a bunch of threes. So
let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's opponent, Paulding. This was basically around a 500 and actually a little bit of a below 500 team a year ago.
Yes.
They have only lost 2 games this season. Yeah. I don't want to call them a surprise because, as you are well aware of, if you've coached long enough to know, maybe underclassmen make great leaps and bounds when they turn into juniors and seniors.
Correct.
But break this team down for us.
Well, they got a strong guards out front, and they got some nice post players. All around, they're a very good rounded team, and which we knew that coming into the season they were going to be one of the favorites. Along with Tenora, Wayne Trace, Edgerton. There's a lot of good teams in our league this year, and Paulding is definitely one of them. So we're going to have to play them at home. Luckily, we got a lot of our big games at home, so we just got to come out and play well for 4 quarters.
When you look at Paulding's stats, it's not like they have the one 18 to 20 point score and then everybody else is just kind of standing around watching. They have tremendous balance. Schlatter and Dunham, I think both are their leading scorers, but they're only about 8 to 9 points per ball game. What's that do defensively when you can't focus on just one player?
Well, bottom line is, when you play any kind of defense, you got to block out. And that's one of our focus points. We got to block out, and we got to get the ball out. We can't have 20-plus turnovers. And if we block out well and keep our turnovers under 15, I think we'll have a good chance of being right there at the end.
Our player profile is the freshman Kendall Boer. Now, I know everything's moving a million miles an hour for her, but she's no stranger to this gym. She was a standout during the volleyball season. Break down her basketball skill set for us.
Well, I've always been a coach that look at freshmen that come in, and we had to have a post player that can do things. And Kendall, I fed her to the Wolves this summer at Finley, and she did a great job for us. And she's been making strides every week. And I think the next after this year, hopefully the next 3 years, she's going to be getting better and better every year.
It's one thing to come in and take over for a center like a Taylor Kraft,
correct,
who is averaging almost 10 blocks a game.
Yes.
Now that's unique, and I don't care what level you're talking about.
Yes.
But at the same time, you didn't want her chasing ghosts. What was your conversation with her like when you started the season about being the best version of herself?
Yeah, I've said just play. You're going to make mistakes, and we understand as a freshman you're going to make mistakes. I just want her to be herself and try to get us, get to 8-10 points, get a few blocks, get some rebounds, control the boards, and I think she's making a stride in the right direction. So hopefully we'll keep building on that.
Now, you watch us because we're kind of keeping just a slight eye off camera. She's clearly standing just to the left here. She's hearing everything as she's coming up next. But what would you say her biggest strength right now is?
Willing to learn. I think I've always teach the post players the hook shot, and she's one of the true people that can actually shoot the hook shot pretty well. So I think if she has a good attitude toward it, she works at it, does it, and she's shot it in games, and I'm hoping to see a lot of them tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, meaning tonight, we're going to get to
Yes.
Kendall Boer in just a second and let the freshman standout center give you her take in her own words. Coach, as always, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Nicely joining us on the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show. We're going to take a quick time out. We're back with more on DCTV Sports.
Yeah,